Hi guys, it's Belle here and I'm back on today with the next card in the hashtag ABCJLC challenge by the very lovely Jodi Lewis over at Jodi Lewis Creations. Links as always will be down below, so do go and check her out. I'm a little bit behind, but that's okay. We can always catch up. So the letter I'm going to be working on is R, and the prompts were rabbit, rust, royal blue, and the bonus was ribbon. If you don't know, you need to do the top 3 for this challenge prompts, but the bottom one you don't have to, but the top 3 you do. Now I'm just going to do a simple card today, guys, and I hope you're going to agree with me that it does cover the prompts, but we're just going to go a little bit simple. So the first thing I want to do is I'm going to collage the back round of my index card. I am actually going to need a tab. I forgot about that. I'm just going to grab those. I'm going to collage the background with some just sort of neutral vintage scraps. That's what I want to do. And then I have to decide whether or not I'm actually going to gesso those. I think I will, to just mute the colours, even though they're going to be neutrals. I just feel like they're going to need the colours muting a little bit. So that is what I am going to do. Just a nice simple one today, taking it easy, and trying to catch up with some challenges that I have fallen behind on. Okay, and no story for this one really, just a little simple card, and that's okay. Sometimes we just have to be okay with that. So, and as I said, I am going to go neutrals. This is, I think, some vintage paper that's got some vintage tape on it, so I'm going to put that on there as well. I hope you are all doing well and having a nice September so far. Autumn weather has hit here really quite unexpectedly. We're having actually a lot of like gusts of wind and rain. So sorry if you can hear that. It's my next door neighbours. I don't know if they're watching something. There might be a sports program on. I am not a sporty person in that way. I don't follow sports really, except for strongman. So I never know what's on. But anyway, yeah, we've been getting these weird gusts of wind and sideways rain, which reminds me of being back home in Ireland, actually. Sideways rain is quite a thing back home. Ireland and Scotland. Any of you from Scotland out there will know also what I'm talking about. And I'm sure other places around the world. But yeah, it is quite the thing. And it's just happening, like we'll have sunshine and then all of a sudden grey clouds will come and we'll have 10 minutes of absolutely torrential rain, and then that completely clears up and we're back to a little bit of sunshine, and then the winds will come and you'll think, oh my goodness, I feel like the winds are gonna knock everything down, and then they go. It's strange weather. But it does feel autumnal, which is good because I am feeling the need for the comfort of autumn. That's what I'm feeling the need for. So let's just put some plain paper. I think quite a bit of this might be covered up. We've already got quite a bit of plain paper, so yeah. I've had quite the busy week. Some of it fun, some of it not so fun. As many of you will know, I have been having health issues, so most of this week was spent at doctors. But we also got some fun stuff done. So if you watch my Marguerite Millers, I will be showing you something fun that we did this week in my Marguerite Miller. A much needed fun day. I want some of this down here. I'm overthinking it, and I know I'm overthinking it, but I shouldn't really overthink it because there's no need to. Yeah. So I hope you are all, as I said, having a good start to September. I am enjoying the weather. It gives me even more of an excuse, although do we ever need an excuse? But at least because it's cold and rainy, it gives me even more of an excuse to just be relaxing with a warm blanket. And a good book gives me that, and all the twinkly lights can come on and candles are burning, and I love candles all year round, but let's be honest, I kind of love that there. Yep, let's be honest, candles and that always look so much better in the colder months, don't they? So yeah, I don't even know because I didn't look. I may see if I can find last week's, the one I did the other week, to see where the tab needs to go because I need to stagger them. So I'm going to do that. Found out where the tab's going to go. Now I'm going to gesso this card. Yeah. Before we put everything else on it. So far we're not even doing any of the prompts yet. That's okay. So yes, hope you're having a nice time. So many books come out this month. I keep a list of I just keep a list, usually on my phone, of all the books that are coming out during the year from my favourite authors and the months they're coming out and the dates and everything. And I keep it updated. But September is the biggest month for books. And so I've picked up a few already. I'm very excited, but it is a lot of books. So I'm going to just dry this. Okay, so that's basically dried. So now let's get on with the other bits. Now, here's the thing. It says royal blue and rust. Now, I do have rusty hinge that we might be able to use on here, just in areas maybe. Maybe I'll just flick it on in the background maybe. Let's have a look at that and see. I don't want too much, but maybe just a little bit. So yeah, it's called Rusty Hinge, so I thought we could obviously bring that on in places. Get a wet wipe. There's lots of rust techniques. That is not what I am doing in this one. I just want to get caught up and do a little bit of simple crafting today. So we're just going to do this. Okay, and now I am going to dry this. Okay, so that is dry. However, I have some flowers here that have been made with Rusty Hinge as part of it. So to me, these have a rust-like feel to them because of the colours that I've used. These really do, and I know Rusty Hinge was one of the colours, but like these have quite a rusty kind of feel to them. Now, obviously, I haven't made them on camera, but I've made them from some, let's see if I can grab some. I've made some like hand-dyed papers. Oh, napkin. Made some like hand-dyed papers for other projects, and then I've die cut them out. And I know I was using Rusty Hinge, like in this one as well. I was using Rusty Hinge with that, and the other prompt is royal blue, and I know I was using this deep blue as well. this deep blue, that's a rusty one. So to me, that's going to be my royal blue. I was going to use this, but I don't think it's going to work. And I've also used a blue ink on this label. So that's going to be my royal blue and my rusty hinge. Now, the first thing we're going to do is I have this little vellum rabbit sticker. And we're going to put our little chappy down there. And I really hope I can get this vellum off. Oh, yes. Things are improving. So we're going to put our little chappy down with our sort of autumnal leaf. Oh, love it. Love it. Really press that down. Definitely going to have a bit of an autumn feel to this one. And we're going to put our flowers on. And I really am just going to kind of just put flowers in different places and mix and match, sort of as if we are out in the woodlands with our little bunny. Maybe this side, that might be better. Over there, this under here, like so. That can't go up the top. And yeah, we're just going to put a few little flowers here and there. Just trying to build, see what I like. I kind of like that so far. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just start gluing. That's what I'm going to start doing. And hope my glue comes out. Got a little bunny in the woods or the wilderness, in amongst the wildflowers, as the colours are changing for autumn. I don't know why I did all the way down the bottom, because I don't need it all the way down the bottom. As the colours are changing, I actually want to move this over so that we see a bit less of the bunny, or do I? Maybe. Okay, I'll do that. Yeah, colours are changing for autumn. And our little bunny pal is out, gathering and getting ready for autumn. So it's interesting because I've just finished The Wind in the Willows. Well, I finished it last month. I do have the reading wrap up for August up if you are interested. I know some of you watch those or listen to them. And I finished Wind in the Willows, and the rabbits in there, the bunnies, are often made fun of for being sort of the stupid animal. But I love bunnies. I'm going to bring that down, I think. So I was talking about books coming out, and I'm most excited, well, there's 3 books I'm most excited for this month. And one of them is the new Natalie Haynes. Now, she is an author for me. I read everything and anything Natalie Haynes brings out. She tends to do mythical retellings because that's what she's a specialist in. And she does fiction and non-fiction. I love her non-fiction, to be honest. Some of my favourite non-fiction, especially when she's narrating it to listen to. And but she has a new book out, fiction book. It's meant to be retellings of a sort of retelling of the story of Medea and Jason. She usually does, obviously, feminist retellings, so from the side of the women. And Medea is always a complicated character to write or read about, similar to Clytemnestra. Often they're complicated, more complicated characters, but that's, I think, what makes them so interesting. I almost want to add this on here too, just to cover a little bit of that space up. But we've got these little blue leaves that I wanted on because they look like the royal blue. So Natalie Haynes has a new one out, which I have ordered the special edition of, so that should be arriving soon. The new Janice Hallett has just come out. I love Janice Hallett's reading. There's only one of her books I haven't read because I heard really not very complimentary things on some of the ways that some of the subject matter was dealt with, and I thought, oh, I don't know, but I'll probably get around to reading it. Anyway, she has a new one out that's all about, if you don't know, Janice Hallett normally does like mysteries, especially murder mysteries, but she writes in what's called an epistolary way. So her books are all emails, text messages, newspaper articles, all that kind of stuff, rather than just, you know, your average written book. I love that. It means they're super quick to read as well. So I really love that. But anyway, she has a new one out, and it's all about these pub landlords who hold a quiz night every month, and then something happens and they go missing, and we're dealing with that later on. So I just got that. I can't wait to start it. And also the new Richard Osman Thursday Murder Club one is out, which I am so excited about, guys. So excited. I'm trying to work out when I can fit it in. I think I might put that down there, because normally by this time of year I start reading spookier books, getting ready for the spooky season, and then once spooky season's done, I'll start reading maybe more wintry seasonal books. So I don't know, but I might not be able to resist it. I have not as of yet watched the adaptation of the Thursday Murder Club that is on Netflix. I feel like I want to reread the first book and then watch it. Also, I love these books so much and these characters, and whilst I love all the actors that they've put in it, I am slightly worried about how it's going to live up to my expectations, shall we say. So I don't know. If you guys have both read the Thursday Murder Club and watched the new adaptation, let me know down below what you think. Does it live up to your hopes for it? But yes, so they're just 3 of the books by 3 authors I really, really like, that are coming out this month. So funny. Normally I don't always pre-order, but I went in on the first day when one of them was meant to be out and it wasn't in the shop, and I was like, oh, this book's meant to be out today, and they looked online, they were like, yes, you're correct, but we don't have it in just yet. We it's in our warehouse, but it's not ready to be distributed yet. And I was like, I'll be in tomorrow. I'll come in tomorrow and see if you have it in. Oh dear. Those of you who are massive readers like me will probably understand where I'm coming from with that one. When a new book from a favourite author comes out, you kind of want to get your hands on it straight away. Okay, so we have Royal Blue and what I'm saying rust, because we've got Rusty Hinge in the background. I've used Rusty Hinge on a lot of these and they look rusty. And we've got what I'm calling Royal Blue on both the labels and on the plants. Now, the other thing I wanted to add, actually, I have a bit of this fun sari silk. It's got like greens and everything, but here it's got like this kind of rusty red colour too. And I thought this might be quite nice to put on the bottom of this card. Normally I would put it on the top, but I feel like it'd be nice on the bottom of here. And it's bringing in some of those autumnal colours again. I think I like this one. We've got lots of brown on here as well and a little bit of green. Do I want more of the green? No, I think I want more of the red and brown. So I am going to, well, first of all, I'm going to round the edges of up here. That's what I'm going to do. I don't need to round the edges of down the bottom. What I might also do, thinking about it, I'm going to bring in some ground espresso and just kind of ink, just gently ink around it, just to give it a kind of border and to bring in some of those browns again. Definitely having an autumnal feel. I'm even going to down here. So that's good. And now I'm going to go stitch this. I think I've only got white thread in my machine, but we'll see. Okay, that's how that looks. And I do only have white thread, but I don't think it matters because we've got the gesso in the background. So that kind of works. And now I need to find a tab. And I do think I want quite a neutral tab to kind of work with, even something like that. Have the music. That would work quite well. It's not quite the right colour. I mean, that's okay. Oh, we've got some of my handmade paper one. That's quite small. That would work. That would work. Okay, so I think I prefer that to this one. It's a lot smaller though, so when it's with all the others, when they're all together, I feel like that one might disappear. We have this one. I haven't used one of these yet. No. Well, hold on. I could ink around it. Let's see what that looks like inked. Yeah, I haven't used one of these. Why not? Why not use one of those when I haven't done so before? Let's ink it even more. Not with that. And we could even splatter some rusty hinge on it, because that way it kind of brings the whole piece together. It ties it in with everything. So let's do that. I was gifted these, so I haven't used any yet. Okay, yeah, it has to be about there. Uh-oh, come back. I wish the flower had been on top now. I wonder if I can pull that flower up. No, that's not coming up. Okay, well, there we go. Just have to make do. Not worry too much about it. And now let's put R on here so that we know that it's R. Put it on the right way. And do that. Now I haven't used this one before, so I'm just making sure that it's going to work on here, because I should have really done it before gluing it all down. Ah, it worked. It's good. It's good. Okay, now, yeah, I want to just splatter. I'm going to cover up my bunny because I don't want any really on my bunny, especially on their face. And I am going to splatter some more rusty hinge, just kind of up here on the tab as well. And then I think I might put some rub-ons on those. Okay, so let me dry that. Okay, I have this little word that says, come on, so long summer. And I think that kind of fits with what we're going for. So I'm just using my ground espresso. I'm even wondering about putting it there. I was thinking about it down here. But I feel like if it goes down there, it needs to be backed with something. And go up there, it doesn't need to be backed with anything. Yeah, I'm going to put it here. I'm just going to put it there and not overthink it today. I was going to put something in these, but I don't think I want to. I think I want to leave them as is. So this is it. This is my finished piece, guys. It could probably do with a little bit of gold splatter. So there's my finished piece that I'm now actually going to add some gold splatter to. Because we, oh no, I can't help myself. But yes, I'm going to add a little bit of gold splatter. I'm going to cover up most of the bunny, and I'm going to cover up the word, just because I do feel like it needs some gold. Now this is almost completely dried out, but give it a good stir. This is my Winsor Newton. Give it a good stir, and then I normally get a bit of spray, a bit of water, and I just spray on it, and it makes it nice and liquidy again. And just get a little bit of splatter on there. I just want to pick up a little bit of the gold, make it sparkle if we're talking about autumn. Yes. So let me clean this up and get that dry. So that is all dry, and just look at that little bit of sparkle. Do you know what? I think it's quite simple, but I think it's really effective. And I personally feel like I've met all the prompts. So our rabbit, we've got our rabbit. We had rust, so I've used rusty hinge, but I've also used it on these plants and they look a bit rusty. Royal blue, so this is what I'm calling royal blue. Bonus, a ribbon. So this is my sari silk ribbon. So I've met all the prompts and I think it's really adorable, and it's given me autumnal vibes, which I love it. I am an autumn girly. So yes. That's it for now, guys. As I said, don't forget to check out Jodi Lewis's channel which will be linked down below, and this challenge, which I have been loving. I know so many of you have been, and I have a playlist of everything I've done so far, just in case you haven't seen it. And yes, please do like, subscribe, comment and share if you haven't already. And until next time, guys, wherever you are in the world, I hope you're having lots and lots of cozy, crafty fun. Bye for now.